Who is Sans? Well, what if we took it one final step and said that Sans happened to be Ness from Earthbound?
Well, I'd say that would be a really, really stupid conclusion to come to, MacPat. What is up, guys? Silver the Hedgehog 06 here, and I am bringing to you today a spooky episode of Silver Reacts 2. And in this episode, MacPat has gone off the hook, saying that Sans is Ness, when it is clearly not the case. I'm going to be debunking all of his points proven and shown into this video, because they are very, very cherry-picking. But to lay down some ground rules, I know this is MacPat, and I know that everyone says it's just a theory, but that doesn't mean I can't say my opinion on him. And don't go just blindly hating my video because it's the almighty MacPat and his theories are unproven to be wrong. So with that said, let's get into this video.
All that we really know is what's given to us by a shopkeeper in Snowden, who explains that Sans and Papyrus, quote, just showed up one day and asserted themselves. Weird, right?
That's not weird at all. They just moved in and asserted themselves in the town. No, what's the problem?
What's more is that while Papyrus is just kind of the goofy sidekick, Sans is much more complex. Sure, he likes fart jokes, but he's also incredibly powerful and deadly serious.
Deadly serious. No, seriously, anyone would get serious if you killed every one of his species and his own
timelines
brother.
that you played through in the game. He can even count the number of times he's killed you. He acts like an arbiter in this world, passing out judgment on the player's actions in the game.
Maybe he's just good at reading others' emotions. I mean, wouldn't the player act a little more tense in that situation after he's been killed multiple times?
Shows that Sans has a kinship or knowledge with other humans, and B, that despite he and Papyrus both being skeletons, are supposedly brothers, and apparently appeared in Underworld at the same time, they clearly have two very different histories. Why would Papyrus not know the name of the sun, but Sans would? We get further clues as to...
Boy, I don't know how he could have done that. Maybe there was a time when monsters and humans lived among each other. Oh, wait, that did happen. And Sans is an older brother.
Determination references aside, as you start to look for this Easter egg, Sans gives you a key to his room with the words, "It's time you learn the truth." After some searching, you find the workshop, which contains items that leave even more questions. A photo album featuring Sans and a bunch of smiling people you don't recognize, a badge, blueprints with illegible handwriting, and a broken machine hidden behind a curtain. In the latest update, one more detail was added, a hand-drawn picture of 3 smiling faces with the words, "Don't forget." So what's it all?
Yes, but these are all speculated to be remnants of Gaster, someone that is technically not in the game, but is in the code. Get your facts straight, Matt.
Really stuck out to me. Why would such an oddly specific item be included in this huge Easter egg of a room? Something that supposedly reveals the truth about Sans. Badges just aren't important in Undertale. And then it hit me. What if it wasn't from Undertale? What if this badge was from a completely different game and was, in fact, the most important badge in the history of gaming? The Franklin badge. Now,
Or it could be some sort of identification badge. I mean, this is a laboratory with scientists. Yes, Sans, being a skeleton, was a human. So therefore, these are people. A skeleton was a human before. Jeez, MatPat, this doesn't instantly point to Ness.
Actually, but the first thing you need to know is that Mr. Saturns are known for their, let's say, unique linguistic style. That would explain the illegible handwriting on the blueprints.
You know, this could be literally anything. Like maybe it's another sign for Gaster in writing in wingdings, or Sans just has sloppy writing.
In the machine, I think a broken phase distorter is behind that curtain. Now that may seem like a stretch, but it actually...
Oh, so did you hack the game to see what's under that curtain? No? Well, this point is invalid.
explains a lot. If Sans wound up in Underworld via a phase distorter, it could provide a reason for why he's a skeleton. He used the machine as organic matter and suffered the consequences. Not killing him, but turning at least part of him into a pile of bones.
Last I checked, bones were organic matter. If this was the case, then Sans would be left to a pile of nothing but dust. Jeez, MatPat.
It would also explain why Sans has given up hope for going home. Remember, the distorter is a time machine. By being in Underworld, he's not only in a different place, but based on how he talks, he's also in a different time, with no hope of traveling back to the time he came from. But the crossovers between Earthbound and Undertale continue. When you speak to the Apple Kid at the end of Earthbound, he's blown away by the astronomical odds of Ness overcoming Gygus, saying that he's going to continue studying the trait called Courage in order to harness its power. Seems awfully similar to the same experiments happening in Undertale around the trait of Determination, no? Especially since so much speculation has circulated that Sans is a key player.
Or Toby Fox decided to use the asset of Courage in his own game, but then change it up to be Determination as an overarching story device.
Strongest physical connection, the one that definitely unites these two franchises, comes from none other.
Really? Papyrus is the one that connects Undertale with Earthbound. That is so dumb. That's like saying, I don't know, Dr. Donuts connects Earthbound to Sonic. That's just a small character. Well, if MatPat has enough evidence, or just a big logical leap, I don't see this as working whatsoever. Okay, what's your reason, MatPat?
And Papyrus himself, he wears a custom-made costume known as his battle body. But if you look really closely at the design of the armor, you'll notice some markings on the chest. Is it just a throwaway detail? Oh no, that right there is an exact match to the ones that appear on the chests of Starman, the most iconic enemy of Earthbound. And look at the way he stands. I always thought it was awkward until I looked at the two characters side by side. Papyrus's curved arm and hand is a direct match to the curved arms of the Starman in the Mother's.
It doesn't even match the arms whatsoever. And besides, even if it was a Starman, this is a big if. It's a costume. It's not what he actually looks like. He made his battle body specifically for a costume party, and maybe a Starman was what he was trying to be like. This has no relevancy whatsoever, let alone even being your biggest part of the theory. Jeez, MatPat, what are you thinking? MatPat, you are correct on this, but there's one problem. Ness's ability to teleport is on a slightly larger scale. He cannot straight up teleport whenever he willingly wants to. He has to run up, and if there's anything in his way, he will stop trying to teleport at least. And besides, even if he could, it could only teleport him to nearby towns, not like, a 2 seconds kilometer away. That's stupid.
Now look at the way Sans always stands. Hands in his pockets, directly facing the camera. It's a very similar stance to how Ness is depicted standing in most marketing for the game. It even explains...
Really, MatPat, you're using promotional art for advertising of the game. Promotional art isn't inside the game in general. It doesn't affect the characters. Now you're really getting desperate, man.
Why Sans bleeds when you finally hit him. He is, or at least was, a human.
That can't be true because skeletons, as a matter of fact, cannot bleed. So that would lead us to conclude that this is in fact ketchup, that he was hiding in his shirt to, well, have a last laugh before he dies. You know, you jump into these conclusions, it's just, I'm gonna wait until this ends up becoming self-parody at this point.
Oh, and finally, Sans is only one letter removed from being an anagram for Ness. That's just a fun one. I thought it was worth mentioning.
Oh boy, now he's getting really, really desperate. Is there really anything left for me to say? Seriously, is there? Anyway, I can't take much more of this video. I mean, you're not missing much with the rest of it. All MatPat has is a nerdgasm, and he just summarizes everything that he said. So, final thoughts. MatPat, you have made great theories. I know you still can, but everything in this theory so far goes against what you claim. And also, if you guys are still saying, oh, maybe I still side with MatPat on this, Toby Fox has said on record that he did not make this a sequel to his Earthbound Halloween hack. Yeah, Toby Fox just debunked your theory, MatPat. But anyway, guys, have a happy Halloween, and I will see you all in the next commentary. Peace!